In this video, I'll explain how I turned Erimos from this to this in 60 days for Steam Next Fest. I had this castle here from previous videos. I liked the idea, so I took that reference and remade it to fit the lore of the game. After that main castle area, it was pretty easy to fill around it because I had a base to work with, and that led to the creation of Chrysalsos is the spawn area. It's a forest with very colorful patterns. The purpose of this area is to learn the controls and get more familiar with the game. That's why the enemies are very weak here. After the tutorial, you go straight to a boss fight. And just in case, I put the bonfire in the entrance to eliminate any long walks after death. This area of Chrysalsos is a small village with empty spaces and couple houses mostly, because the boss really likes to move around and needs a lot of space. So I'm only showing and explaining stuff you can see, like the pile of bodies there and the mud boss staring at you. You'll have to figure out the rest on your own by playing the demo. And please, if you like it, wishlist the game on Steam. I want to hit 10,000 wishlists before launch. We are 10% there. Leaving the village, we have lava. Not important, just some parkour to spice things up. And after the parkour, we are in This place was the judgment area. Every soul meets this place at least once, and it was a chill place. Not anymore. As you can see, dead people everywhere. As I said before, I don't want to spoil stuff, so here is a hint to know more about the lore. There is a letter in this area that explains everything better than me. The NPC that wrote it lived that experience firsthand, so go find his letter to know more about the lore. To be more specific, it's in someone's body. With that said, it's a mid-sized area, so I added a mini-boss and different enemies before the last boss, at the end of the demo. Then there is a second boss area, and there is no more forest biome. It's more of a rocky, lava and crystal biome, and it's the last area you can actually play. I actually really liked this place, but I made it super small, and it will be a waste to not use this biome somewhere else in the map. And after all this, it was time to remake the enemies again from scratch. I did that in the last video too, but every time they get better. Let me introduce you to the enemies. First is the rat creature with a pickaxe. He's not that strong, but stronger than the next enemy type. The skeletons. This is the worst enemy type, super low damage and health. Now it gets cooler, with the introduction of the rat creature again, but the undead version, like the horse struck by lightning in Minecraft. Obviously stronger, but not by much. Next are the demons. Fun fact, they are the only non-boss enemy type at the moment that have a purpose. All the other enemies didn't really have a purpose, they just like killing. Demons though are commanded to do so. And then there is the archers. Right now they only spawn in the lava area, just to make it harder to pass, but I have big plans for them. Now the boss section. First is the mini-boss, the strongest skeleton, marked by the diamond armor and something else you will find in the demo. Then we have the two main bosses. The first one is mostly a swordsman, but can also do magic. And the last boss of the demo is this guy. He's just a swordsman and doesn't have any magical abilities, but he has other cool abilities. Right now they are just AFK. So let's use the spawn system I made, built for maximum performance. How it works, I hand drag the spawn actor into the scene. It has an ID that helps me know which one is which, then I hand place a marker for the spawn location and give it a class reference, which is the enemy to spawn. I then expand it with patrol points so they can walk around, and boss identifiers so I know which marker shouldn't respawn the actor, since bosses don't respawn, stuff like that. Before this, I was just hand placing enemies, and I had like 100 actors constantly ticking for no reason. This new system prevents that. When you leave an area, the spawner updates who died and who should spawn next. When you enter the next area, the other spawner spawns the new enemies, changes the music, and eventually maybe some text showing the area's name. And of course the previous spawner despawns the enemies. And all of these things combined with some improvements on the inventory and leveling system complete the demo version 1.0. I say 1.0 because 2.0 will be way better. And if you don't want to miss out on that, make sure to subscribe and like this video. And most importantly, wishlist the game on Steam. It's one click and it helps me so much. So yeah, that's it for today. See you next time.